Malcolm Mark? You don't have no mark? It's not time for you to get the mic. No. We're going to let you get the mic when it's about 1 minute left. Y'all can let us stay over there. Not yet. D, you get up there. I'm going to be all the way back there. Okay? Get into our program. I'm now the new C. Had a little technical difficulties. Aunt Ross, good. Yes, ma'am. All right, so this is supposed to be almost like a, dedication and a roast to D. No, well done. We're gonna make sure you're well done. All right, retirement can be a great joy. Only if I would never call you this, D. All right, so it's not my words, okay? Just forget it. Only if David. I never called you that. Only if David can figure out what does it take to relax. We're going to have to get you a Webster dictionary so you can understand. We're going to have to relax, all right? All right. Or how to spend time without wondering what are the guys on the job doing. Old Spade, Miguel, and the rest of the crew. So at this time, we would like to ask any of his co-workers that work with him and friends if they would like to come up and share.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Just want to thank you for the invitation. Everything is love. It should be great joy to come and take care of my friend D.C. kids. Usually I really that he was CLB. Because it's our day went by when we didn't have something to say about the Lord. Amen. Now we might not agree how it happened. We do agree with the Lord. We both love the Lord. We get back to these deacons, one of the most talented men I have ever known. He'll work hard. Sometimes I come by here and say, big man, just take a break. Because that's what I'm doing. Take a break sometimes. But he'll help you any way he can. Yes. He loves the Lord. And I just thank God for him, and we're going to miss him. Now I got to find somebody else to train.
Deke, I've worked with Deke for a long time. We've done a lot of things. The thing that I remember most about Deke, he would never tell me what he thought. He would always tell me what the word was, what God said. And that's what I remember about Deke the most. Come on, Jill. That's right. He's all right.
Yeah. So we just any more co-workers, friends.
Come on now. I know y'all got something to say about David.
And we're going to get the family now. We're going to get there now. All right, once his granddaughter Juana was born and was able to talk, she only recognized him as Truck. I probably heard Truck so many times. Truck. You don't remember when Truck shot that gun? Both men were scared. But at that time, and she recognized her mother as Carr, and he was constantly making trips on to see about her. At this time, grandkids, great-grands, you all would like to come up, I know most of the granddaughters that said something. But if you want to come back up and, give some more, you can at this time. And God, kids.
When I was pregnant with Jaquan, Grandma, it was me and Granddaddy. Remember the little green chair he used to sit in? Well, I was coking his chair, and I guess he thought my water broke. And he got mad at me. So that started the big argument. I also remember when we went to our first concert, Bow Wow concert. And Corn asked you, can she have some money for Bow Wow? I said, Bow Wow. You ain't gonna see no more.
You're a very straight man. I can't have a boyfriend. I can't have a job. I don't have nothing. But an education. And Kira, you remember we couldn't stay up past 9 o'clock? Sneak on the internet, sneak on the phone. That's it.
I couldn't get on the internet, huh? I know 2 of them that get on the internet all the time. All right, here we All right, well, I will go and talk to Dee. I'm going to turn this around. All right, before I get into the jokes and things, I'd just like to say thank you for being in my life, helping mold me into the young man that I am now. It's not every day that in our race as blacks, that our men are like in a kid's lives. Better yet, in a child that's not even in your family life. And I just like to say I appreciate it. All right? Get to it. This is my first boss man. He hired me when I was about 8 years old. Well, I forced him to hire me. I remember he was fixing something at my Aunt Carolyn's house. And man, I'm just seeing all these tools and stuff. And I just sat in there and asked him, could I help? That's exactly what little kids say. Well, can I help you? I didn't know nothing about what I was doing, but I got hired that day. And the next Saturday, our first work site, our job site, and I can remember this picture. It was Hastings. I don't know how many people might be familiar with Hastings. But we went to Hastings to build this church with an add-on to it. And I didn't do nothing. I just sat there with Dee. I guess I kept him company, but I worked with him up until I was about 16 years old. I probably started smelling myself or something. But the best time of work was every Friday when we went to the bank. I can't find a boss that's gonna pay me like me pay me when I'm done with him. I mean, he took me everywhere. I mean, he fixed on he fixed on a whole bunch of things. And I just helped him. I would go give me the hammer. Okay, what the hell? What is the hammer? Okay, I got you. As I got older, he started to allow me to do things. But he was my favorite boss. Now, you retired, so I can't work for you. Man, shit, you stay. You know, Something else is, he was my, like I said, my first boss. His first person let me shoot a gun. I used to bother him all the time. D, let me shoot, please, I want to shoot. When we shot the gun, this is before Rob's house was done. Big dirt pipe. It was him, me, and Quan. Quan was probably 4, maybe 4 at the most. I remember I was in 9th grade. And he was like, okay, come on. And this big 12-gauge shotgun. So I'm ready. You know, like a teenager, want to play with guns. Man, deep cock his thing back. Bam! Swan started crying, I almost started crying too. You know, like, you want to shoot? I was like, But just the many lessons, the talks, deep you got into listening to talk, radio. Rush Limbaugh was his guy. He's an undercover Republican, y'all. That's okay. It's all right. I watched it the other day. But man, we used to listen to Rush Limbaugh all the time. And he used to argue back at him. I just sitting there, just listening. But I can find myself now, that's all. I gotta look at CNN, I gotta look at Fox, I gotta listen to something on the radio with people talking politics and things. You was a part of my life with that. You didn't know it at the time, but you basically encouraged me to, you know, reach outside of just listening to just regular music and stuff. You just been a big part of my life. Just the other day I was thinking about on my job, I'm like, man, I need to make more money. I got to make me some money. But I remember the story when you told me you came from South Carolina. And you came to the bus station downtown. It was almost dark. I forget the guy who was to take you out to Elko. And you said all you had was, I think, $3 or $5 on it. And you got you something to eat in Georgia or something, and you got here, some man, the black man said, boy, you don't know where you at. You can't be stuck around here. And I just remember with the work, you told me that when you started working, you was making like 20 cents an hour, 30 cents an hour. And man, I just say, I'm thankful for the 50 cents I'm making right now. I'm thankful, because I don't think I could, make it like back then. Just your walk, your talk, you are a strong man. I think about the song by Music Soul Child that says, teach me how to love. And it just starts by saying, I believe the true definition of a man is to never cry, see you cry, work till you die, got to provide, always be the rock for my family. If you the rock for just, not just your family, a whole bunch of families.
That's right.
And man, you're awesome in my life. I know you're awesome in your kids, grandkids, you know, everybody's lives, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Daddy Nelson, I'm a big mountain. Well, I've been knowing Daddy Nelson since I think I became a problem teenager. Probably at the age of 12. Such a problem that I remember Terrence, me calling over to Daddy Nelson and Mama's to come and get me. I was walking down the road, calling myself running away. But Daddy Nelson never really said much at that time. It was more my Mama Nelson. That's what I call her, Mama Nelson. And Daddy Nelson. So I was thinking, I'm like, well, Daddy Nelson, he never really said much about the times of my rebellious times, my learning experience to grow to who I am today. He never said a word to me. And for that, I just interpreted it as
him being non-judgmental of me, but also praying for me. So when I left to go off to college and would return home, he and Mama Nelson continued to not only support me emotionally, speak positive things into my life, but he will also give to me, help me financially. I've been a part of this family for a long time, from teenagers. So I don't like this, say, John, talking about the guy, because I ain't a guy, I'm a daughter. That's what I told them. I'm speaking when the kids speak. They know how I feel. So Daddy Nelson, you have been the father figure for me in the absence of my father. And I dream. I have faith, so I continue to dream and have hope. And I just envisioned my wedding one day. And Daddy Nelson being on one side, my father being on the other side. I just appreciate you. That's how much you mean to me. I thank you for not only being a father to me, I thank you for being my friend, because as I became an adult, we were able to talk. Now, I'm not really good with the politics, but if we want to get into some religious politics, that's me and Daddy Nelson, all the way 100%. And I thank you for depositing positiveness in my life. I thank you for depositing who God continues to grow within you to spread to me to be and to become for my family. I thank you for being a granddaddy to my baby, because that's all she knows is granddaddy, granddaddy, granddaddy. And I'm grateful to the family for accepting my brother and myself and my baby as your own. And I love you, and I want you to get some rest. But I'm glad that you brought the kids in the morning to the bus stop. I mean, he's up and waiting. And just to think about it, how many kids don't have their grandparents to run to that walk them to the bus stop? I'm grateful. I'm eternally grateful. My grandparents are deceased, but Shanara can look back and say she had a grandma and a granddaddy while her grandma was still working to care for her. And I'm just thankful for you. I love you. And you enjoy it and live life to the fullest. All right?
Sorry, John.
So I'm not a God child. I don't really know what I am. Something, I am something. How about that? B, you have been a father to a lot of people. Since I was a little girl, my dad passed, you were there. Man, you're just wonderful. But I'm going to pass that, like that out the way. We're going to move on to some other stuff. Deacon Nelson was the only person that made me like Sunday school. I'm just going to be honest. He really made things come to life. He showed us how to take biblical passages and make it come to life and mean something to you. And you told us a lot of stories. I'm telling a couple. One you had, let's see, your granddad was in the field and he told you he had a cookie jar. Am I right? He told you not to open that cookie jar, right? And what did you do? You opened that cookie jar, and he came home and he spanked you, right? Okay. That taught us obedience. I don't know what that lesson was, for that Sunday, but it worked.